It is with deep sadness that we share the passing of Harold Dennis Dickie Bird, one of cricket's most iconic umpires and beloved sporting personalities. Born on the 19th of April 1933 in Barnsley, England, Bird lived to the age of 92 before passing away in September 2025. Known for his humour, eccentricities and extraordinary fairness on the cricket field, Dickie Bird became more than an umpire. He became a symbol of the spirit of cricket. His passing marks the end of an era for fans and players around the world. Early life and family background. Harold Dennis Bird was born in Barnsley in the West Riding of Yorkshire to a coal miner father. His early years were marked by hardship, including the family's move from Church Lane to the New Lodge estate after their home was demolished in a slum clearance. Known as Dickie from his school days, he showed determination early on. After failing the 11+ examination, he left Rayleigh Secondary Modern School at age 15 and briefly worked in the coal mine. However, young Dickie knew the mines were not his destiny. His heart was set on sport, and he began pursuing cricket and football, though his football dreams were cut short by a serious knee injury. Playing career. Though remembered as an umpire, Dickie Bird first made his mark as a batsman. He played alongside future broadcaster Michael Parkinson and Geoffrey Boycott in local club cricket. In 1956, he signed with Yorkshire and later moved to Leicestershire in 1960. Bird had moments of brilliance, including 2 first-class centuries, one against Glamorgan for Yorkshire and another against the touring South Africans for Leicestershire. However, nerves, form and recurring injuries limited his progress. By 1964, his first-class career had ended with 93 matches and just over 4,000 runs. Though his playing career was modest, it laid the foundation for the second act of his life, one that would make him a household name. Rise as an umpire. In 1970, Dickie Bird stood in his first county match as an umpire, and by 1973 he was officiating his first test match between England and New Zealand at Headingley. From there, his career soared. Known for his fairness and humour, he became instantly recognisable. His trademark white hat, calm smile and eccentric mannerisms captured the imagination of players and fans alike. He was respected for being strict on intimidatory bowling, cautious about poor weather conditions, and famously reluctant to give leg before wicket decisions unless absolutely certain. His reputation was so strong that when he raised his finger, there was no dispute. The batsman was out. Career highlights. Bird officiated in 66 test matches, which was a world record at the time of his retirement. He also stood in 69 one-day internationals, including 3 Cricket World Cup finals. From the pitch invasion during the 1975 final to the emotional guard of honour at his last test in 1996, Bird's career was filled with iconic moments. Known for his rapport with players, he could calm tempers with humour and always carried himself with dignity. At his final test at Lord's, both teams and the entire crowd rose to their feet in a standing ovation, honouring not just an umpire, but a man who embodied cricket's values: writing, media and charity work. Away from the field, Dickie Bird became a best-selling author. His autobiography, released in 1997, sold over 1 million copies, making it one of the most successful sports books in Britain. He later wrote a sequel, Whitecap and Bales. His television appearances included This Is Your Life, Trigger Happy TV, Top Gear, and even a guest role in Heartbeat. Beyond fame, Bird devoted himself to charity, founding the Dickie Bird Foundation, which provided financial help to under-18s pursuing sports. This legacy ensured that his impact extended far beyond cricket. Awards and recognition. Bird's contribution to cricket and community was widely honoured. He received the MBE in 1986 and was later elevated to OBE in 2012. He was made Honorary Life Member of the MCC, awarded honorary doctorates from Leeds, Huddersfield and Sheffield Hallam universities, and was granted the Freedom of Barnsley in 2000. In 2009, a statue of Bird was unveiled in his hometown, later raised on a plinth to prevent mischief by fans. Few umpires in any sport have ever been celebrated with such affection and respect. Personal life, wife and family. Despite his public profile, Dickie Bird kept much of his personal life private. He never married, often joking that cricket had been his wife. Friends like Michael Parkinson and Geoffrey Boycott remained lifelong companions, and Bird was considered a warm, generous figure who treated friends as family. Though he lived a relatively modest lifestyle, he was never far from cricket grounds, his Barnsley community, or his beloved Yorkshire. In interviews, Bird admitted moments of loneliness, especially during later life, but cricket, walking, and charity work kept him going. His true family was the cricketing world, and in that world, he was cherished. Lifestyle and net worth. Bird lived a humble life in Barnsley despite his global fame. He was never motivated by wealth, but his books, appearances, and pensions from cricket brought him financial stability. His net worth at the time of his passing is estimated at between $2 and $3 million US. More importantly, he lived richly in reputation, friendships, and respect. His daily walks, connection to Yorkshire cricket, and simple pleasures gave him joy long after his professional retirement. Cause of death. While the family has not shared an extended medical report, it is understood that Dickie Bird passed away peacefully in Barnsley due to age-related complications. In his later years, Bird had spoken openly about health challenges and the effects of loneliness during the COVID-19 pandemic, but he remained active through walking and exercise. His death at 92 was the closing of a long, remarkable life dedicated to the game he loved. Death and tributes. On the 23rd of September 2025, news of Dickie Bird's passing spread quickly across the cricketing world. Tributes poured in from fans, players, and public figures. Yorkshire County Cricket Club hailed him as one of the greatest characters in their history. The Mayor of Barnsley remembered him as both a local legend and a global sporting ambassador. Former Prime Minister David Cameron described him as a national treasure. For many, his passing felt like the loss of a friend, for Dickie Bird had brought laughter, fairness, and humanity to the game for decades. Legacy and final tribute. Dickie Bird's story is one of resilience, humility, and service. He may not have become a cricketing star with the bat, but he became something rarer, a man whose name was synonymous with integrity. For young cricketers, he showed that love for the game can take many forms. For fans, he was a symbol of Yorkshire pride and cricket's enduring values. And for those who knew him personally, he was simply Dickie, a kind soul with a ready smile. His statue in Barnsley, his foundation, and his legendary presence on the cricket field will continue to inspire long after his passing. As the cricketing world raises its metaphorical hat, we say farewell to Dickie Bird, the man who made umpiring an art and whose spirit will live on in the heart of the game forever.